Alright guys, what's going on? I have the Outlaw car. I have a bunch of time tonight. I'm just going to hammer out a bunch of these small little projects. Stuff like these pins aren't adjusted so they don't sit straight. These ones are. I want to take this wing off. It's not fully adjusted. There's carbon fiber mounts. I've done some of them, but I want to show you guys exactly how I do it. You can make your own. They're lightweight, they're strong. Show you stuff like that. I want to add lanyards. Hope you guys enjoy stuff like this. If you do, let me know. Make sure you're subscribed. And I can make working more of a video thing that I look into. So let me know what you guys think, but let's dive into it. I have a whole list of stuff. I want to shim the diff, paint the wing. Potentially, I have to take it off anyways. Carbon braces, show you guys how to make them, put them on. This body needs a whole bunch. It's going to go very fast. So I need to make a whole bunch. Position the front bodies. I'm probably going to knock that out first. It's nice and simple. Just loosen a screw, turn it, and it's good. Lanyards on the bodies. I'm sick of losing these pins when it crashes. So I'm going to put lanyards on it. I know that it adds weight, but if I don't lose a million pins a day, then it's worth it. I don't care about the weight. Let's get started with these pins. I want to adjust these so they actually sit straight and go in, but just like how these rear ones are. And then I want to also switch to the black pins on lanyards. But let's dive in. I'm going to show you what this car actually looks like. So these are the braces that I'm talking about. So it's super stiff. I have to add some in here, add some in the back, and I'm going to add some to the wing. I'm going to take the wing off first, but like I said, I have to make a million of these things. Get this wheel off and get to these. There's just a bolt in the bottom of this floating body mount. Loosen that, twist it, it's good. So the first thing knocked out super quick and easy. Now, if you didn't know, a lot of these like fancy drag cars, they actually have left thread. So on this rear wheel, usually you would go counterclockwise or left to take the wheel off. This one is actually clockwise to take it off. It loosens it this way. That way when you're running 90 whatever miles an hour, it doesn't loosen as it's going. It's always on this right tire. Front ones are all normal. It's no big deal. Ceramic bearings are beautiful. That's a thing that I want to touch on in the next, or one of the next videos in the Perfect Launch series. But if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. I'm literally going through everything that I know. Bearings, final drive ratios. I'm going to get into tuning my controllers, everything. Wheelie bar position. I don't run a wheelie bar on my no prep car, but I will run a wheelie bar on my Outlaw car. Why a single wheel is better than a dual wheel. Suspension, I've already made a video, so check that out. So I want this guy sitting straight as possible. So all I'm going to do, put that in, tighten this guy back up. As simple as that. Make sure she's super tight. And now, when I put the pin in, it's going to be straight. That's actually not as good as I want it. Loosen it off just a little bit, bang. So now when I put it in, it's going straight up the hood. I'm going to do the same to the other side. That's just a simple, easy thing. That's not going to scratch up my body when I put it in. It's going to look a lot better with everything sitting flush. Another thing I'm adding here is a black pin. I want everything to be black. I want to get rid of these silver lock nuts on the rear. I did some on the front. I think black looks a lot better, and I have them in stock, so I'm just going to switch them out. But I turned it upside down just so it's away from the wheel as it's going. I'm going to do the same to the other side. I already did it to the rear. I think it looks great. The floating body mount will never touch this tire. There will be expansion from this tire, however it is belted. There is expansion no matter what. You cannot get away from expansion. That is physics. You can't get away from it. So it's going to be tight. I might even have to raise this floating body mount just one notch. But I'm trying to set it on the like ragged edge, so it's as low as I can possibly get it. If you guys have seen this body, it is slammed down to the ground. Every single time my no prep car goes out and it doesn't have lanyards, those things just fly off. Every single run, it seems like they're flying off, and it's the biggest pain in the ass ever. So like I said, I don't care about the weight. This car is still gonna go ridiculously fast. It has a Cobra 8 Ace ESC. Like, this thing will haul ass regardless if it has 20 more grams than the other car. Like, it's gonna be fine. So I would rather peace of mind and having a little more weight than being just on the ragged edge of too light. I have these lanyards. I obviously have to install them. Rather than being sideways and having this hump sitting nice and straight, then I'm probably going to do a lanyard. I might actually do it this way or whichever way is easiest. So here's a little tip. Obviously I have them in, everything is straight, everything is nice. It's all going that way. If you're crashing a lot and you know you're going to crash, throw it that way. If you're just going straight and you don't crash, throw it that way. They'll come out less. The only thing that'll really save you is the lanyard. So I'm going to get this lanyard positioned. Even put this one actually just in that little gap of the windshield or the window. I think that'll look good there. It's not protruding at all. It kind of looks like it's meant to be there because obviously these things are kind of ugly. You've seen me measure. I'm not measuring anything. I don't really care if it's 1 mil out. Nobody's ever going to realize that. This car already looks good. There's no sense in messing with 1 little mil. Let's flip it over, make sure there's no burrs. This is rubber going into Lexan, so I obviously don't want them to rip, but all we do, put it in, we grab this end, and we just pull it through until it goes halfway, and then it's locked in. Bang. There we go. Lanyards installed. I'm going to get all these in, show you the car on the actual chassis. Clips in, perfect. There's a right amount of tension. Perfect. Now these clips don't want to fly away, which is super nice. And bang. So I think next what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this wing off. I will fully admit I was an idiot. So the wing doesn't sit very flat. I didn't align it this way. I just drilled it. I actually had a concussion while I was doing this, so I really wasn't thinking, and that was stupid of me. So unless I put like a carbon fiber piece going all the way across just to make it stiff, the side louvers aren't really sitting straight. So I got to take this thing off anyways, which sucks because there's a million bolts and nuts and everything on this. I can't decide if I want to paint this, maybe the sides and the middle black, and then the actual deck like silver like the car. Really think this is going to be my show body, you know, the shelf queen body. So I have another body actually, but I'm not going to show you that yet. So stay tuned, get subscribed, because we have a very fast body for this. This is the looks body. All right, so this is the part that I absolutely hate. I have to take all of these bolts out, which sucks. Thank God I have a drill. Okay, now that I got the wing finally off, look at all these bolts. I know that this is a ton of weight. I get it. But like I said, this is a show body. So what I'm going to do, I think I am going to paint it. I'm going to strip the wing and then strip all the decals that I put on, which kind of sucks. And then I'm going to tape it. So I'm going to tape the parts that I don't want the paint to be on because I want that glossy finish. So I'm going to tape the outside and then paint it. And hopefully it's going to look good. And I remember that I Loctited all of these for some stupid reason. I knew that I had to take this off too, but I Loctited everything. So it's a super big pain to get all of this off. All covered up. I obviously only did one side. So we're going to hit this with some isopropyl alcohol, clean it up a little bit. There's a little bit of crap and garbage on here. I'm going to get this sprayed with one coat and bring you back when it's all cured. So as everything dries, just a quick coat. You can actually see through it, which I kind of want because again, we do have a little bit of a fade on the car. So I kind of wanted to be able to see through it just on the silver. Once this is all dry, I'll get into reinstalling this. For now, we're going to work on the body bracing. I have two of these. These are going to go in the front here. So it's going to hold this section to the hood. That's going to stop it from bending just like that. I also have to make one to the rear. This, I believe, is a 5-inch piece or whatever. I usually just cut the exact same size. Just bend this little eyelet here, get it to where roughly you want it. I'm probably gonna go right there. Enough clearance that it's not going to hit the tire from rotating in all directions. So making sure that your full compression, full extension, and full range of motion is not going to hit this in any way, shape, or form. Keeping in mind your rotational mass is going to cause expansion. So we're probably going to go right about there. Pressure pushes on this. It's then going to push the body out or up essentially, but the wind is going to push the body down. So what's going to happen is this is going to be here. It's going to push the body in and it's going to push the body down while this is trying to force the body up, aka it's not going to move with this. And I have to put one in the rear. I don't know where I'm going to go, but I'm going to show you the exact process that I use to know where I'm going to mount this. So I'm thinking as long as we can get away with where the tire actually sits, I want it to be something like that there. So it has full range, the tire can move, it can expand, it's never going to hit this. So all that I do is I obviously get my piece that's long enough, and then I just make sure with the car actually in it so I can check full range of motion. Everything is fine, nothing is going to hit. Another thing, I did put mounts at the front here, but as you can see on the Drag Race Concepts Maverick 26, it has a little beak already. It's fully extended out. When the wind hits, the wind is going to hit and it's going to hit the actual chassis. So that means this nose isn't going to move. Now, a lot of people say 100 miles an hour, the body will find a way to move. I was considering putting a brace in there. I don't know if I'm going to like that because it's going to mean that I'd have to have a hole right on top of my hood. And I think my hood is like the nicest part. I'd have to put a hole like right here because I can't force it all the way back unless I do some like real snaking of this. But I don't think I'm going to put that because it has the beak, it has the sides, and this is also going to stiffen it, as well as this cowl itself really stiffens the body. But as you see, when I push down, the body wants to flex out. With this there, it should eliminate some of that. If I have to add more, I don't care, I'm going to add more. I always like to drill a pilot hole. This is like a 1/16 bit. So there's pretty damn close. Drilled my 1/8 hole. I'm putting a little washer on the end, just gives it a little bit more strength, which is exactly what I want. Putting it on, bang. I'm gonna put a lock nut on there. You want lock nuts, the one with the washer in it, just so it doesn't rattle free. Or if I don't have lock washers, I just use a dab of super glue or Loctite. But obviously the lock nuts, you don't need any of that. So I like using those when I have it. It's not fully tight. I can still adjust it. I can move it whichever way that I want. I think I want it right about there. Notice how these aren't straight. They're triangulated. There's different points making a triangle. Triangulation. Triangulation is a lot stronger than just a straight up and down. So a little bit of angle in it. Poke a hole. And then I'm going to take my 1/8 bit for an M3 bolt. And I'm going to push it through. Bang. That's it. Makes a nice clean hole if you have a guide. And then I'm going to take one of these. This is an M3/6. So it's long enough that I can fit a lock washer on it. But I'm also going to do a little washer. Bang, adds a little bit of strength, adds weight as well, so keep that in mind. You wouldn't do this on a very serious fast body, but if you crashed a serious fast body, then good luck fixing it. This just adds the strength. I'm gonna add a lock nut and lock it down. Bang. So there we go. Now when we push it, not going to move, but you see this motion. This is super important that you see this motion. When the wind comes, you push this. What's that cowl doing? It's moving up. That's what you want. The air pressure will push it down. The aerodynamics will push the car down. So with it pushing up, you're fighting the air, which is good. That's what you want. So there's one. We're gonna get the other side going, and then I have to make some for the rear. One thing I want to mention, if you don't like the way that it's pushing out or whatever, you can bend it. See how this guy is kind of sitting, it's like, and going straight, whereas this side is dead straight. You just take this off, bend it, and then you have exactly where you want it to be. Just like that. It's in, straight. It is pushing out a little bit, but I don't really care. And yeah, let's get to doing the rest of this. The wing should be dried now, so maybe I'll take off the wing, unwrap it, put it all together, and see how it looks at least. Yeah, that looks sick. I have a feeling I'm going to like this. See what the silver looks like. Oh yeah. That, I think, looks pretty sick. Man, I should have done another layer of black, though. You can see right through it. Damn it. Oh well. You can always add more, I guess. But is what it is. I think it's going to look so sick on the car. I'm going to get this all bolted up, put it on the car, see what it looks like. But yeah, painted, I think looks better. Yeah, I got to see how this thing looks. I think that looks so sick. Obviously, it needs new decals. But let's get it on. Yeah. Yeah, that looks sick. So now we get it mounted. I'm probably just going to mount the side in the same spot. Re-drill these holes to where it's actually lined up. But what's really nice is there's a little gap right here. But now that I painted it, I can drill new holes and I can line it up and you'll never see the holes. So that's a nice part, but look at how sick that looks. Imagine with like a Rosler transmission or something on the wing. That is going to look so dope. So here is the problem. Actually, the wing is too big for the body. See that? I have the sides fully done. They're nice and tight, right? Nice and tight, but the wing is too big, so it has a spring motion to it. So I just have to trim the sides. So thankfully, it wasn't just me that screwed it up. It was a little bit of the manufacturing going on here, which sucks. You know, this wing is like, it's expensive, to say the least. It's an expensive wing. It looks sick, but the dimensions are a little bit off. I'm going to fix it. It's going to look good. I'm just going to take the deck off, trim up the sides a little bit, get it to sit flush. These are super important. These are actually more important, I would argue, than that deck. You don't really want downforce with this light of car, essentially, but these middle rakes or the shark fins, whatever, those actually contribute more to keeping your car straight than you would want downforce. You do want downforce for tire spin, which this car will give you because of the power level, but this is a pretty massive wing for this car, to be honest. So whatever, it is what it is. I'm going to trim it, make it fit nice, and it's going to look real good. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to result in kind of drilling my own holes, but oh well, it's not the end of the world. I'm probably just going to put one there, one there. If 3 is good enough. And then somehow mount this down. Probably drill some holes behind that. But these still aren't sitting perfectly straight, which I don't love. So I got to figure out a way just to make this not be bent. I don't know, whether I put a strip of carbon fiber down the inside and really stiffen it up. I don't know. I can get some super thin, like 0.25 mil carbon. I think that's the game plan. I have to run a rod from the back down to the wing anyways to stiffen the bounce up. So I'm going to run a rod from there to there, but I have to make them first. Shoo! Yeah. Ooh, that looks so good. Man, I gotta get this on the car and just see what it looks like. Let me clean up the bench, get this on the car. Man, that looks so sick. Alright, that looks so good. I am so happy with how that turned out. Wow. So now what I'm gonna do is I gotta do more of these braces. The only thing I'm thinking is, am I happy with this? Do I want to open up so I can see the wheel anymore? Do I want to leave it the same? I think I want to open it up just a little bit more. I can probably get away with putting the rear mounts right to the wing, but I think I'm going to open it up just a little bit more. Okay, I got both the mounts in now. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually do the rear. So what I want is I trimmed this side. This is the side that I trimmed. So now it kind of swoops in and comes out. I like this side a lot better. I think it looks sick on the car. It has that kind of Camaro-esque look where it comes forward and then swoops, comes forward and then swoops. I like that a lot better. But now that I have this trimmed, I obviously have to copy it to the other side. But I can get my rod length at least. So I want to go from this point here because you can see all of that flex. I want to go from this point to probably the rear wing somewhere in the back just to stop from that flex. I don't want this to flap hard enough that it touches my tires. These tires are pretty inset in the vehicle itself, but I have had where the arrow pushes it in and it'll actually catch the tire and pop the tire or wreck your radial or whatever you're running. It'll wreck it. So you run these on the back to stop the arrow from hitting your tire. So what I'm going to do here is I'm probably going to run a full length rod. If not, I'm probably going to attach it to these 2 points here. This is attaching my middle shark fin essentially. So I want it to come from this point to this point so I can get my measurement here. Grab a Sharpie. Grab a Sharpie. Go like this. I probably want it about there. Aviation snips help a lot and they go flying. But that's what you want. I'm going to show you how to put the eyelets in and what I do. I super glue them and heat wrap them. So we have our length. It's all set. We have our eyelet. I'm going to take this sheathing off. I'm going to put it in some pliers, right? I'm going to take my pick and I'm going to open it wide open. Not too much, obviously, where it's just completely deformed, but I'm going to get it open enough that I can slide it in just to the point where it wants to sit outside of it. Squeeze and crimp it on. Now I'm going to take my dollar store super glue, pop this open, and I'm just going to super glue this on so it has no chance of moving, making sure to get everywhere in it. And I have some heat shrink. This is 3/32 or something, 2.4 mil. There it is. Cut this in half and slide it on. And then I'm not going to actually burn it in yet. I'm going to twist it to make sure that it goes on. Just like that. And now I'm going to just let this sit. I'm going to stick my other one on before. Make sure you put your heat shrink on first. Do the other side. But I'm going to set this side onto the body first. Make sure that it's actually the right length. If I have to trim it, whatever, then I have to trim it. Put the other side on. And bam. So a lot cheaper than if you were to buy the aluminum ones, and the aluminum ones bend. These ones, like I said, they're strong. If they do break, it's a huge impact and they'll just shatter. Worst case scenario, you just make another one. They're cheap, they're easy to make, and like I said, like they work awesome. I've had them on all my drag cars. Everything that goes fast, I put these on. X-Max, I would put them on. You know, they're strong enough. I'd maybe move up to like a 4 mil for the X-Max. For the infraction, maybe a 3 mil. Something that's going really fast is really heavy, thicker. But this Lexan is super thin, so 2 mil, perfect. Now that we got this guy set, we burnt it in. So now we're gonna take the body, we're gonna go to the side that I want, because I already cut this side. We're gonna bend it to the position that I want, right about there. And we're gonna see that, yeah, it is sitting basically how I want it to. So I'm gonna install these guys, get this eyelet on this side, Once I do that, I've been in the garage for 5 hours. It's actually surprisingly late at night right now. If you guys like videos like this, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll do more of these, just messing around in the garage, doing these little bit of tweaks. But right quick, I'm gonna get these installed. Bang, there's one. Now I intentionally left these wing bolts long on the end just so I could have this long guy here. But now when we sit it down, that's not going to push, that's not going to push. So when it forces down with the air, it's going to actually push the side out, which is exactly what I want. I don't want it going in, I want it going out. Nice clearance, you can kind of see it through the body there. Nice clearance in the tire. Tire will never touch that at all. It's perfect. Let's get the other side on. It's finally done. There we go. Everything looks pretty good, actually. I'm surprised. Usually my quality of work when it's this late, straight downhill. All right, so a final look at what we got done. First off, we got the body mounts sitting right. We have lanyards put in. Lanyards on both sides. We took the wing off, we aligned it, so now it's sitting straight, sitting flush. We painted the wing. I almost wanted to add another coat of black, but whatever, it is what it is. And then as well, we got a whole bunch of the carbon bracing going on. So now the rear is carbon braced, the front is carbon braced, everything is good. This stuff actually takes quite a long time. I didn't get to trimming this side of the body, but this side is sitting nice. So now it's pretty slammed on the ground. I think it looks sick. So anyways, thank you for watching, guys. If you want more videos like this, just me messing around, working in the shop, doing whatever, let me know. Make sure you comment. There's a ton more coming with the Outlaw car, the no prep car, the Infraction is coming back, the X-Max is coming back, all bigger, badder, and better. So make sure you get subscribed for stuff like that. But I am exhausted. It is super late and I'm going to bed. So make sure you subscribe and have a great night, guys. See you in the next one.